What is going on, YouTube? PPS back here. You guys see it? New flag up here. We're on all blue today, repping the crew. Got rid of my Bucks flags today. We're joined by my guy Alpha and obviously Monotone Football, who we're always with every single time here for Pass the Prop. Alpha, second time on here. I believe I think you and Vaughn are the only two guys we've ever had multiple times so far.
Hey, I like it. Prop guy. Don't forget about Prop Guy, too.
Oh, yeah, he's not important. Come on. Prop Guy.
He's from Iowa.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. I like him. But boys, coming in 3-0 on the first show with you guys. I went 2-0 on the second one. So we're 5-0 career on the show. So excited to be back. You guys bring me luck. So thank you for having me on. Love the show.
Perfect. Monotone, how was your weekend? I haven't, like I said, I always it's weird, but I don't talk to you for 2 days. It's
yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, no, I mean, yesterday was disappointing. I did okay on the bets, right? But yesterday almost felt like a holiday for me. 2 game sevens, clear schedule. Didn't quite live up to expectation, but, we'll survive, move on. Like I said, bets went okay. Hopefully we'll improve a little bit today. We got baseball only, so we got to focus in right now.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of great games. Like I told these guys, I'll be at the Brewer game tonight, so I'm very, very excited for that. But yeah, I think that's the best record of anybody, right? 100%, shooting 100% while on the Pass the Prop show. Can't ask for much more than that. We might as well just bring you on here every single week and get people some more winners, huh?
Hey man, if I keep winning these, I'm gonna have to. I can't. If I'm getting 100% accuracy here, I can't leave.
Yeah, just be sitting right in the middle of some Vegas casino the whole time, just sitting there on your phone getting all Pass the Prop shows. So
God, I can't lose when I do this, guys. Got to do it.
Well, since you're 100%, we might as well let you start us off, right? Bring the luck and start us off right away. A really nice spot here for both teams. I love this spot.
Absolutely. So, guys, the first one I'm taking is going to be the Mariners and the Jays on the over 8.5. Give me 1 second here. Let me pull up the pitching stats. Of course, my browser likes to dump on me. But we have Flexen versus Kikuchi. Flexen coming in, guys, with a 1-5 record, a 4.25 ERA. One thing I like to look at when taking overs is how many hits a pitcher gives up per inning pitched, plus walks built into that. So with Flexen, he's thrown 34 innings pitched, but he has given up 33 hits and has given up 10 walks. So well more than 1 per inning. Going over to Kikuchi, who has a 4.15 ERA. He, in 26 innings of work, he's given up 20 hits and 17 walks. Kikuchi's really struggled with his command this year. And Flexen is the perfect right-handed pitcher, in my opinion, to let the Blue Jays get these bats back in order and to destroy his curveball. I could see this one flying over the 8.5. I have this one at around 11 runs total. But Monotone, I know you're a big total guy too. What do you think about the Mariners Jays over today?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because unfortunately I've had Kikuchi's my guy. I've been going unders, no runs first inning, strikeouts, whatever you want to say. I love the guy, and it's not quite been working out so well. So as I've kind of seen from my own personal experience betting these unders, it hasn't quite been working out. But I do like your angle right here. We got two kind of higher ERA pitchers going at it right here. And like you said, this Jays team does kind of need like a spark plug, right? They're kind of up and down. We see what they can do. We know the talent's there. We just need a good matchup. I like it. We're taking advantage of a good matchup, buying a little bit low on a team that we know has plenty of potential.
Also, one thing I want to add for this matchup, guys, who did Kikuchi play for last year? Where did he kind of get big? That was over in Seattle. So these guys have seen him. It's kind of a revenge game kind of situation. A lot of emotions in this one. I think we see this one go over.
Yeah, Blue Jays at home too. I mean, Flexen is struggling, man. I've watched him quite a bit, and he's just reliant too much on the ground ball. You're not going to get many ground balls here with the power in this Blue Jays lineup. I wouldn't be surprised to see 3 homers. Might be a DFS stack for tonight to go towards that Jays lineup. They're going to be, I'm sure, very, very popular because this Jays team is – you want to be on the right side on that one game they pop off, and this one just kind of feels like that. First game of the series. I really like this spot. I will be tailing this one for sure.
Appreciate it. Let's get to a 6-0 on the show, boys.
6-0, hopefully 7-0 after our
more to
second
come.
one here.
More to come.
But let's get to Monotone's first one. He's bringing us plus money in the first spot. Can never go wrong with that. I do like this spot as well. Let's go, Monotone. Maybe a freeze here, huh? No, there he is. There he is.
Yeah, sorry, I'm cutting in and out. Can you get me now?
Yep, I got you now.
We got you.
Sorry, I normally got this beautiful natural lighting out here, but as you can probably see, we got a bit of a storm going on right outside, so we'll have to power through. Obviously, Jazz Chisholm's been one of the better hitters in baseball this year, kind of been a big surprise. A lot of people kind of putting him up in that higher tier of player now, right? He's kind of ascending a little bit. We saw him out of the lineup yesterday. You probably know that, right? Up against the Brewers, I believe, and we saw really how bad that lineup is without him in it.
Brutal.
Exactly right. Brutal. He finally gets a rest day, right? Still highest average on that Marlins team by quite a bit. Another huge reason I like this is Aaron Sanchez. I'm actually a big fan of Aaron Sanchez, despite maybe the bets I'm going to be putting out today. I think he's actually a quality pitcher. If you look at the game logs, I don't think it quite tells the story as if you're actually watching the game, right? Where he's a guy that's going to attack the strike zone in 19 innings. He only has 3 walks. Only a couple strikeouts to go along with it. He's going to rely on the ground ball. He's a majority sinker pitcher. He'll mix in the four seam a little bit, but he wants these opposing batters to make contact, right? He's not going to go out there and K6 guys. He's going to go out there and attack. Jazz Chisholm, he's the kind of guy he wants to be attacked. You can kind of get him with those little, curveballs in the dirt. He'll swing at him sometimes, but when we got a pitcher that's going to come up there and throw strikes, he's going to attack. As for the Marlins money line, I know my co-host PPS here doesn't love trusting the bullpens, right? I know you don't like doing that. I know you like the first 5, stick with the starting pitch up. We obviously do have the starting pitcher mismatch right here. Alcantara is obviously a much better pitcher than my guy, Aaron Sanchez, as you can see right here. But I still do think the Marlins pulled this one out. Neither of these teams are really doing great on offense right now, but I'm going to trust the starting pitching. I'm also going to trust that Washington bullpen's a little bit beat up right now. They've been without Doolittle for a while. Rogers just pitched the other day. They're not going to be able to get lefties out too well. In general, I just like the Marlins in this matchup. Better pitching. Nationals aren't playing too great right now. I think Jazz gets a hit. As Jay said in the chat, we always like that correlation when we parlay. Got to go together. Otherwise, the books are going to beat you right there.
Yeah, and the one thing here is the reason why I don't mind this one as a full game one is because Alcantara goes deep in games, right? He's going to give you 6 to 7. He's a heavy sinker baller, but he's bringing a sinker around 98 to 99 here as well. I just don't see how the Nationals are able to really keep up in this game. And also, when you have a sinker baller like Aaron Sanchez is the battle of the ground balls today, I like to have a guy who's got a little speed, right? Jazz could drop a bunt down at any time. He could ground ball over to shortstop. And he could easily just get a hit there as well. I love Jazz Chisholm. I love backing him. And, he's got pop, too. It's not like he's just a slaps guy, right? He can put the ball into the gaps as well. So I love it. I love Jazz. I love what he does for baseball. Just a very exciting player. Any thoughts here on you with this one, Alpha?
Yeah, so I just dove into the home-away splits for Jazz, and he's a better hitter at home, batting .315 on the year, just under that. So I really like this. I like the angle of the speed play. He puts the ball on the ground that he can leg out several plays that a lot of guys can't leg out to make base hits out of balls that should be ground out. So only needing that at plus money, I think this is an awesome play, and I will be tailing for sure.
Beautiful. I'm sorry I can't give you another plus money play, guys, but this has been an absolute wagon play for me because I love fading this guy. I love fading Antonio Senzatela. The dude is an absolute train wreck, but sometimes he doesn't give up a ton of runs, which is why I'm not going to go with the over in the game. I'm going to go over 6.5 hits allowed. We have had Antonio Senzatela start 6 games this season. This has gone over in every single game. He has given up at least 7 hits in every single game. When he's gone into his home games even, he gave up 7 to the Nationals in only 4 innings. He gave up 7 hits to the Cubs in 5. He gave up 9 to the Dodgers in 3. So it's not like they're really going to have much out of the pen here. Obviously, they had a really tough game against the Royals yesterday, so you're going to need to stretch out your starter. If Antonio Senzatela goes 5 innings, I would not be surprised to see this go over by at least 3 or 4. This man is rolling out a 1.95 whip at the moment and giving up 385 batting average to lefties, 423 to righties. The toughest thing, though, is he does not give up home runs. He gives up a lot of very soft contact, but it goes through the holes. Obviously, in Coors Field, you're going to have a really tough spot here on just bloop singles, going to easily fall through. And he just played the Giants, and he gave up 7 hits to the Giants in San Francisco, one of the best hitting ballparks. You're going to bring me to the number 1 batter's ballpark in Coors Field and not going to think he's going to give up 7 again. It's very hard for me not to love this play going right back to the well. Like I said, I've hit this 3 times so far this season just because Senzatela doesn't get blown up. He just gives up a ton of hits, right? A lot of traffic, even against the Nationals. I think I had the same exact play on the show against the Nationals, backing Monotone's team. He gave up 7 hits in 4 innings, right? I mean, there's just his stuff is not getting swings and misses, and he's very, very bad. So I'm going to continue to back Senzatela to keep getting rocked. I don't know if you guys have ever bet on a hits allowed spot. What do you guys think? I mean, this. I feel like this checks every one of my boxes.
I'm going to be honest here. I didn't even know you could bet those. I have never been a pitcher allowed hits kind of better, but I just dove into what you said and everything you brought up about Senzatela. It's in Coors Field. It's a huge ballpark. Looking at his stats, 47 hits allowed in 27 innings of work is unbelievable. I love this spot. Out of all the plays that we've went over today so far, this to me seems like the best edge. I really like this one.
Yeah, I have a quick question. Did we move off the K under train? Is it 0.5 now? Because I don't know if you looked a little bit closer too. In those 27 innings, he only has about 8 strikeouts on the season.
Yeah,
so I know
insane.
that was another thing we were riding a bit earlier in the season. What's that number right now, PPS? Are we down to 1.5?
I don't know, but I remember that day I backed his over 6.5 hits, under 2.5 Ks.
Yeah,
and it hit because it was against the Nationals. I remember backing your team in that spot. It just scares me now because remember I had Greinke under 2.5 and somehow decides to get 4. So it's like you can just somehow get some crazy dude to swing on a ball 30 feet in front of you. And I'm just going to take this because if you have to go through this order, go through Lamont Wade, who's hitting fantastic now. Brandon Belt is healthy. Yastrzemski looks great. And there's just so many power hitters from the left side. And this dude still gives up over 400 batting average to righties. So it's like, where are the outs here? You know, it's just tough for me. And yeah, I just can't get away from this play.
You want to laugh? FanDuel is not offering K-prop on Senzatela. They're only offering it on wood. It's not. They have no offerings. It's not even like blacked out. They do not have a line to even click to view his strikeout total. So that's insane. I think they caught on to you guys.
I think that means we're on the right side, hopefully. So let's get into a new segment. I don't think we've had this when you were on the show prior, Alpha. We've been doing our Taylor fades through Pickett Sports, going to their most bet spots of the day. I think you're going to like number 1 here on Taylor Fade. The number 1 bet spot of the day so far on the MLB slate is unfortunately the Yankees money line, sitting at minus 195, probably hammering them with probably the Dodgers in a parlay. What is your thoughts? Obviously, I know I'm going to get a biased reading here, but give me what you like.
I mean, guys, the Yankees have been the best team in baseball, coming in 25-9, 11-5 on the road, going against an Orioles team that hasn't been great, 14-21. They have been better at home, but they're 9-7. Looking at the pitching matchup, Sevy on the bump for the Yankees. He did have a bad last start. He got rocked early, but then kind of righted the ship after the second inning. I think he gave up 3 in the first 2 innings, and then he was able to go through 6, but he did get hit early. Looking over at Bradish, he's 1-1 with a 4.24 ERA. He's got a 1.06 whip. I just don't like the Yankees at the minus 200 odds. I'm not a big fan of playing anything over minus 150. I like to taking a different approach on finding a way to incorporate the Yankees money line into my card. I am going to be parlaying them on the open-ended, but it's definitely not going to be with the Dodgers. I like them parlayed with the Angels today more. I'm going to go over with that. I'm playing the Angels in several different ways with Syndergaard, but I do think the Yankees are a fantastic open-ended parlay spot. But don't play it straight at my minus 200. There's just so much risk at a. I don't think you should ever play anything at a minus 200. But that's just me personally.
No, completely agree. I mean, you pretty much shook my little spiel right there. Once again, I'm not going to back the Orioles right here, right? I'm not gonna fade the Yankees money line, but I'm also not quite interested in playing minus 198, minus 200. Like I normally do with my first prop, you can either find a correlated play in the game, right? If the Yankees are going to win, who do you think is going to be a guy that's responsible for that? Is it going to be Judge, Stanton? Who's the guy that's hot right now? Who has the best career splits? You know, you want to incorporate that correlation as much as possible.
Absolutely.
So I support Yankees money line. I like the pitching matchup. What do you think about Severino's strikeouts, by the way? Do you think, I know you said he had a bit of a rough outing. You think this is a good bounce back spot?
I do. He doesn't usually have 2 bad outings in a row, and he did rectify the ship. It was kind of funny. I don't know if you guys saw the highlight. So Aaron Boone was coming out to pull him in the bottom of the second, and he shooed him away. He did the whole shoe. You're not coming out here. Get the F away from my mound. Booney went back in the dugout, trusted him. He went 4 more innings, did not allow another base runner. So I mean, he kind of showed his stuff there and his grit, but we know he's coming off a big injury. So it's still so early on him being back in the lineup that it's hard to put your kind of backing in Sevy. Mid-season, I would be all about his strikeouts props, but as of right now, I'm waiting to see a couple more games out of him because the Yankees bullpen's been so good. If it's a close game and he's starting to get shelled a little bit, they're not going to leave him in there to get it working right. They will take him out. So still waiting a little bit longer till he's gotten more innings under his belt.
That's literally, you took the words right out of my mouth. Exactly. And Nestor went fantastic. So you got a full bullpen. He did great yesterday, went deep in the game. So obviously you have all the big guns still available there for today. The only reason I'm just a little skeptical is how well Bradish looked last start. That dude was fantastic. He broke every DFS slate with an 11K performance on the Cardinals, one of the lowest strikeout teams. And we know the Yankees got pop. Everybody knows that. But the Yankees have a lot of guys who like to strike out a lot. That's kind of the way they are, right? They're the Bronx Bombers, right? They're hitting homers and striking out. The true outcome you could possibly have: walk, strikeout, or a homer. And they're pretty much the exact perfect formula for that thing right there. And I think the Yankees do win. It's just, I think Bradish has a pretty good outing here. I think he might be able to get through twice, but that third time through the order, these guys don't really miss that many times, right? Guess what? I'd be okay with 1 for 3 and 2 Ks from Judge. You know, like if you get a homer in there, I mean, obviously we'll take it. So I think the Yankees do win. It's just I'm a little bit more skeptical on the minus 195 just because Bradish did look so good. I'll tail though for sure.
One quick thing I want to add about this, guys. Sevy started 6 games this year that he may not have won every single start, come out as the winning pitcher, but the New York Yankees have won the ball game on every game that he has trotted out there as a starter.
I love that. That's a great stat. Mr. Yankee guy with the big old Yankee flag in there.
I mean, you already know, brother.
We're going to transition into, you like the first one. You're probably going to hate the second one, right? We're going right to a Red Sox prop. What do you think here, Alpha? Back in a Red Sox, is that even allowed for you?
It is. I'm going to be honest. As a Yankee fan, I don't hate the Red Sox anymore. The rivalry to me is between the Blue Jays and the Rays. Those are the teams I cannot stand. But the days of Pedro Martinez flipping Don Zimmer, the former Yankee Red Sox battles, those aren't here anymore. Right now, the Blue Jays are the team that I'm scared the most as a Yankees fan. But Devers has been a monster. I'm a big Devers backer. I did back the Red Sox yesterday, which was you guys know how that one went. But I think Devers is going to have a good game. I think he's one of the few bats in that Red Sox lineup that you can depend upon. I mean, besides props and besides everything, how about the Boston Red Sox, guys? 13-21 on the season. I thought they'd be a little bit better than this, but diving more into this one specifically, Devers is batting .324. He has been unbelievable. 6 bombs on the year, 19 ribbies. The bat's going to stay hot here. Who are the Astros pitching today? Is it a lefty or a righty?
Odorizzi.
Oh my! Okay, then it's an absolute slam dunk. Odorizzi is a gas can, and he's a lefty. I love this play. Devers is a fantastic find.
Yeah, I was just about to say Devers versus a lefty. Sign me up. You don't even really have to look any farther. If you just looked at his recent game logs, how many guys in the MLB can you say right now that, oh yeah, he has 4 doubles in his last 5 games, 2 homers, like just casual stuff, nothing special, no national media headlines. It's just who he is, right? Like you said, I'm also a big believer of the guy. I think this is a great play right here. Like you said before the show started, it's normally plus 105, plus 110. We normally like it in that range, but the sports books obviously know that this is a great spot for him. Minus 120 isn't ideal, but I'll still tail this one for sure.
Yeah, and anybody who's followed me, I post this on Twitter pretty much like every 4th game of Rafael Devers over 1.5 total bases. This dude has a hit in 10 of 11 games. I have him on fantasy. He's one of my favorite players. The dude that can get it in one spot. He's had multiple hits in like 3 of his last 5 games too. So he can give it to you both ways. Either it's 2 singles or just a homer double on those. Obviously, we'll take the double and just get it done in the first inning. I know he's done that quite a bit early on in games. And I like the fact that the Red Sox, even though they have been struggling offensively, the name value of like a JD Martinez behind you, a Xander Bogaerts behind you, because Devers is going to bat 2 like he always does when a righty's on the bump. He usually bats like 4 or 5 when a lefty's out there. So I do really like the spot. Obviously, you'll never get me to say no on Rafael Devers. So give me that. Sign me up. I'll eat the chalk again. Tail that one as well.
I'm tailing that one too, boys. I'm tailing that one for sure.
Perfect. Let's get right on into number 2. play for Alpha, going for his 7-0. I already chalked the other one up for a win already. So here comes 7-0 from Mr. Alpha.
Let's get it, boys. So we're going to be taking the Angels on the money line here. Taking a look at the pitching matchup. I always like to start there, guys. We have Thor on the mound for the Angels. Noah Syndergaard coming in 3-1 on the year, 2.45 ERA. In 29 innings of work, he's gotten 21 strikeouts. He's only allowed 6 walks, so he's had great control. Going over the other side, we have John Gray. He's 0-1, 5.51 ERA. In 16 innings of work, he has given up 13 hits and 7 walks, so we're over that total we're looking for at the over the 1 whip. I anticipate a bounce back spot from the Angels, a big win here. I know that the Rangers had a big performance last night. They had a big win. Coming in off a good game, they're 7-12 at home, but they're going up against an Angels team that's very good on the road. They're 12-6 on the road. They have Syndergaard on the hill. They've been hitting for Syndergaard, and Syndergaard's been pitching well. My favorite straight play tonight is the Angels at a -135. I took it straight, and I parlayed it with the Yankees as my open-ended. So I have the parlay and the straight. Double dipping here on the Angels. Monotone, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm a big Syndergaard guy. Like I've seen him play a lot in my lifetime. A lot of people, obviously, kind of when he went over to the Angels, they were thinking, is this Harvey again? Is this, history repeating itself? It's not, right? Syndergaard's still got plenty left in the tank, as he's been showing this year. As on the other side of the ball, right? The Angels are finally hitting a little bit, right? With the lineup with Mike Trout, Ohtani, we kind of had sky-high expectations to start the season. We're seeing these guys figure it out. We're seeing them put hits together, put runs together. Ohtani had that grand slam last week. That was fun to see. I like this Angels team. I think we're getting them in a bit of a good swing right now. I'll tell you right there, and I'm definitely throwing it in with that Yankees money line.
Yeah, I will not say anything against Thor, man. I mean, I think they beat the Rangers as well earlier in the season, where Syndergaard got a win there as well. So we're looking at this number 2. Obviously, Rangers are at home tonight, I believe, right? Or is it? Yes, it is in Texas. Only a .216 batting average. I know everybody's been talking about them with the big money they spent on Garver, Semien, and Mr. Seager, but only a .216 batting average at home this year. Syndergaard just beat these guys like a couple weeks ago. And I was more worried because I drafted him in fantasy too. You guys are talking about all the guys I have on my fantasy lineup here. And Syndergaard's velo is fine. He is bringing it back up there to the mid-90s. That was really what I was concerned about. Was he going to get back up there following this injury? And he's had no issues. Looked great. Obviously destroyed the Rays in his last outing, and I expect nothing else from here as well. I mean, you have also one of the best closers in baseball in Rafael Iglesias at the end of this bullpen as well. So do really like the Angels. I think their bullpen has been fantastic, and the emergence of Taylor Ward, man, that guy is going.
Oh my gosh. Off. Yep. He's been the offense has finally started clicking. They started slow, and their numbers are looking good on a season standpoint now, which shows you how well they've done recently, because the numbers were not great at the beginning of the year. They're doing so well that they're getting their whole season numbers to look like good full season numbers. I love this Angels team. I think we're getting them at a good value now. And by June, July, you're not going to get this value on the Angels anymore, because I think people have not fully bought in yet. They will by early summer on this Angels team.
I love it. I love it. And Montone's going back to another spot of fading his favorite team. Let's go to it.
Yeah, first of all, I like that we're in Marlins Park, right? Even in Nats Park, not the biggest in the world, you can still grab a couple fluky home runs, right? Just over the edge, finally snuck it in on the foul pole. You're not going to get that in Marlins Park, right? We all know that. You're playing in a gigantic stadium back there. Not going to get any cheap home runs. But that's not the biggest problem in the world, because neither of these teams are huge home run hitting teams, right? Especially with the pitchers we have on the mound, 2 primary sinker ball pitchers. So I like that, first of all. Once again, I want to get my little spiel, and I want to defend Sanchez. Good pitcher. I think he'll get you a quality start. But a quality start also could mean 6 innings, 3 runs, 2 strikeouts. I'm not projecting any higher than that. I don't want to throw out a high number for you guys so you don't bet that by accident. But yeah, I think Sanchez is a good quality pitcher. But that being said, 5 innings, 3 runs is still quite a quality start. Marlins bats haven't been great on the season, but it's a huge starting pitching mismatch. I've been trying to find multiple ways to attack the unders, right? I don't think these are going to be super high scoring games, but this isn't as restrictive, right? If you bet a no runs first inning, Juan Soto hits a solo home run and we don't score for the rest of the game, then you're screwed. I think you got to get a little bit creative if you want to attack some of these props. I don't have a lot of faith in the Nationals bats today. I think the Marlins get the job done. I think -110 is a great price on this one.
Alpha, what you got for us?
I think that's fantastic information. I mean, you're the Nationals fan, and you're going on the double dip action of fading your own team, which takes some courage and some chutzpah, if you know what that means. So I give you credit, man. I think it's a great play. Alcantara is a fantastic pitcher, and I hate to tell you this live on the air, but I'm a huge fader of the Nationals this year. So I think this is a great play. Marlins bats are due, and Alcantara should be able to keep that lineup down.
Yeah, and Alcantara is a reverse splits guy, right? He's better against left-handed pitcher or left-handed batters as a sinker baller because a sinker ball is just insane, right? He's got, like I said, upper 90s with heavy movement. Only a 198 batting average allowed last season going into at home. And now you're going to have Alcantara, who has a 20 points lower versus lefties. And who does the Nationals have that can do damage? Pretty much all lefties. Juan Soto, Josh Bell, Kybert Ruiz, right? All those lefties are the guys you're scared of. Cesar Hernandez, right? A slap guy. Guess what? He's going to be batting lefty. Every single one of these lefties is going to have a hard time with upper 90s moving away from you. I have really no issue here. I don't even know if they score 3 runs, to be honest.
You know what? I don't either. And Alfie, you don't need to apologize. I wear this hat with pride as I proudly fade my team almost 2 times a week on the show. So it is what it is. I feel like it gives me a little bit credibility, right? I watch my team go lose every
100%.
week. I know who's going to beat him. I know who's not going to beat him. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know what I'm saying, actually. You're a Yankees fan.
I do know what you're saying, though, actually, because if you're actually giving out advice to bet against your own phantom team, as you said, does that give you credibility? 1,000% that gives you credibility. I respect it.
I love it. I love it. And now we're going to be heading up to Minnesota. I'm going to be backing the Twins money line. I never thought I would do this. I don't really do many money lines on the show. You guys know this if you've been watching for a while. But I'm looking here. We're facing off with Chris Archer and Zach. I'm going to see if I can – Logie, I'm going to say. I'm going to guess that's how you say it. The rookie who's started 2 games so far. And just looking into Logie's stuff, obviously he's done pretty well if you just look at the surface, right? You look on the surface, not bad. But he's going to be a 4-pitch pitcher, only 90 miles an hour on his 4-seam fastball, an expected batting average of 292 with a 607 slugging on it. Every single one of his pitches has a higher expected batting average. We look at just his slider, his second most used pitch, 200 batting average allowed. Guess what it's expected supposed to be? A lot higher than that. We're looking at his expected on that pitch at 363. That's almost double. Looking at that, obviously, I expect to see the Twins put up a few runs here. This is like that 3rd time through the order. I know we were talking about this a little earlier,
Yep.
Alpha. When a pitcher is a rookie, right, his first 2 outings are usually very, very good. And now I have tape on this guy, right? Now I have the ability to do this. Obviously, Byron Buxton going up against a lefty, I will take that all day. You're also looking at Gary Sanchez, a guy that I'm sure Alpha knows pretty well, destroys left-handed pitching. There should be a lot of spots here that he can exploit, having the slider come into his barrel and obviously only 90 miles an hour on his fastball. But also looking in at Chris Archer, he's actually been better on the road this season than at home. Only a 229 batting average allowed on the road. I will sign up for Chris Archer here to go off against this. If you could name me 3 guys in this Athletics lineup, I'd be very, very impressed. The only reason I do is because I'm a degenerate and I watch almost every single baseball game on, and they are a late game a lot of the time. So that's the only reason I know these guys. So very, very beatable lineup, I will say. And you're giving me a minus 130 price tag with Archer on the bump in an advantage spot here, just like we talked about with the Marlins being in a better pitching spot. Sign me up for the Twins. I love this price tag. Any thoughts from either one of you guys on this one?
Yes, I have one thing I'd like to say about this year's Oakland Athletics. They are the Cleveland Indians from the movie Major League. The owner is taking every single thing away from this team. She wants 0 attendance in the ballpark so she can ship them off to another city and move the team. She's taking all the quality players off the field, just like in the movie, and they're giving them no opportunities to be a successful team. And I really do feel like that's what we have going on here in Oakland. They don't want to be there anymore. They want to get out of the city of Oakland. How do you do that? Have nobody show up to your game. You do that. Trade everybody off your damn team with talent. And that's what they've done. So I've been a huge fader of them this year. I love your play. I am also on the Twins tonight.
Love it.
Yeah, there's not much more I can really add to this. I just think we got 2 teams on 2 different levels right now, right? Just like you said, the Athletics. I mean, if a guy hits a double, there's a 50% chance he's out of there next game. You know what I'm saying? Like this team just
exactly.
Absolutely no interest in winning games this season. And kind of like you said before, too, about like what we've talked about, whether first 5 or full game, I still have more trust in the Twins bullpen. I have more trust in pretty much every department of the Twins versus the Athletics. So for that reason, for minus 130, definitely. This feels more like minus 170, minus 180, despite whatever recent form the Twins might be in. They're still a better team.
Absolutely.
Perfect. I love it. I love to hear that you guys are on the same side there. And we just hit that 30-minute mark, obviously trying to get you guys in and out of here as quick as possible. We will run through our recap here. I'll start out with Monotone running through his plays and also his tail or fade section. So Monotone, let's do a quick recap, then we'll get to Alpha, and then I'll run through mine.
Yep, started out with some plus 115 over here. We got Jazz Chisholm to record a hit, and then the Marlins to take care of business. Marlins money line plus 115 over on DraftKings. Then same game, like we said, sticking with my team. Unfortunately, not on that side. We're going race to 3 Marlins minus 110 over on DraftKings as well.
And then the Taylor fades.
Yep. Went tail for the Yankees money line, but like we said a couple times, find an Angels, find another spot you like, find Aaron Judge hit, find whatever spot you like. Let's not play minus 195. That's not what we want you guys to take out of this show.
Agreed.
And then, Devers over 1.5 total bases. Like we said, I'm going to tail this one as well. Going a little chalky today. I don't know. You don't know this, Alpha. We've been fading every day. It's been working. We got to throw them off our scent a little bit.
I like it. All right, boys. You ready for mine?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, boys. First one's going to be Mariners Jays over the 8.5. Went over the reasons why, but revenge spot against Kikuchi. See this one going way over. Toronto getting back on track. Second play, boys, is going to be that Angels money line, which we are parlaying with the tail Yankees, not at minus 200. Parlay plus money. Love that. Yep, and as I said, tailing that. And, oh, God, you're going to make me say on camera I'm tailing a Red Sox. I already admitted I don't really hate them that much. Tailing, it's a sharp play. Love the angle here.
I love it. I just haven't heard someone use Kikuchi in a sentence before. So I was kind of dying there. But I'll get into mine. I am going into the fade train of Antonio Senzatela over 6.5 hits allowed, minus 120. That is a DraftKings line there. And I will be riding with the Minnesota Twins against the lowly Oakland Athletics. I will be tailing the Yankees and tailing Mr. Devers. Thank you, Alpha, for coming in and joining us for the third time. Do you have anything for the people before we head on out? Obviously, all of the plays are below. You guys check out the ticker, but you got anything for the people before we head out today?
Man, I'm 5-0 here. Y'all my lucky charm. So we hit both of these. Expect to see me more, guys. One thing I wanted to add, too, of one additional play that I am taking today. I am 100% tailing PPS's Twins money line at minus 130. I had that on my card from earlier this morning. I think that's such a sharp play. But you guys do an awesome job on this show, and I wanted to thank you guys for having me on. It's always fun to chop it up with the two of you.
Awesome. Monotone, what you got for us?
Yeah, no, first of all, Alpha didn't say it himself. This guy's live about 24 hours a day, if my math is correct. Got tons of live shows going on all the time. I'm always trying to jump in there. Tons of knowledge, tons of smart people.
Thank you.
Make sure to follow him. You see Alpha Dog Bets. I believe you all said it's down below in the description. We also want to thank Pickett Sports, obviously, for sponsoring the show. I keep having to tell people this. I'm going to keep saying it. It's a free app, guys. The promo code isn't a discount. It's a free app. It's a bet tracker. But like we said before, we like to use it to see what are the most popular plays of the day. You never want to quite be on the team that, about 5,000 other people are on. It lets you kind of sort through that data yourself. You don't have to trust some random Twitter account that's posting some image from a sports book. You can directly see who's betting it because it automatically syncs their bets in their accounts. So use code PTP. That's for Pass the Prop. When you sign up, they'll toss you a couple bucks. Great app, free app. Who doesn't love free money?
I love it. And again, Alpha, thank you for popping on with us. Again, his Twitter link is in the description below. Make sure you guys go follow him if you haven't already. I'm sure you guys have. If you're following us, I'm sure you're following Alpha over there. Like Monotone said, he's got a ton of shows over there as well. A lot of smart guys, a lot of sharp guys over there as well. So make sure you pop over there. Show him some love over there. I think you're going live in 30 minutes, 45 minutes already again?
I bumped it back so I could give you guys all the attention. We're going 4:30. I'll be live for full MLB show, but I appreciate the plugs, boys.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for tuning in. I know your schedule's busy. Hopefully we're 7-0, so that may pretty much force you to have to come back on.
No. I'm forcing y'all to have me come on. You guys are making me go 7-0. I'm not leaving.
I ain't never leaving right there. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you guys in 48 hours again for Pass the Prop on Wednesday, coming at you again with some more plays. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are the best, and best of luck on your best today. Have a good one. Peace.